Hello Cancers, so I'm doing your weekly reading for October the 27th to November the 3rd. I'm going to take a look into what is going on in your situation, find out why it's happening, take a look into your blind spot, ask what it is that's working for you, and of course we will find out how it is likely going to play out as well. Okay, so your situation, trees and community. So this situation involves your community, right? Now that could be your neighbors, it could be a group of friends. Again, take it as it resonates. It could be your work environment. We just don't know yet, okay? It's community. So something is going on within a group of people that you're associated with. If you just give me a minute, Cancers, I need to just go quickly open the door. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, Cancers. I just had to let one of the cats out the room there. Because if I didn't do it as soon as he stands up, he would start to scratch holes out the carpet, which I really, really don't want him doing. Right. Overall message, the acorn and wisdom. Right. That's really interesting, Cancers, because you've got the trees and acorn. I mean, obviously, these two, they are connected, right? They are connected. The acorn comes from the tree grows a new acorn. There's a symbiotic relationship here. That's what the energy's getting at, okay? There's a symbiotic relationship within a community or a group of people that you're dealing with. It kind of feels like you need each other, right? Or this could be a specific person that you're dealing with as well. I doubt it though, because it is specific and it says community, which implies more than just two people. Okay. It's like this group, this community, you all need each other. Right, I'm going to take a closer look into that and see what this is. Can you tell us more about this community? The community and the wisdom. That can also indicate public speaking as well for some. Not all, but for some. It's like you sharing your wisdom with a community. Could be an online community, right? Them getting benefit from your wisdom. And again, because it's a symbiotic relationship that's going on here, that community helping you out in turn, okay? What's this community for Cancers, please? High Priestess. So you could be very, very spiritual. You might work within or thinking about working within a spiritual community here. Okay, can you tell us more for this High Priestess and community? Oh, that's squiffy. The Two of Wands. Right, so there's a decision here that you've not yet made, Cancers. And you do need to make that decision sooner rather than later. This decision is, should I do it or should I not do it? Now, I don't know specifically what question, like what exactly that question is about. Like what is it that you want to do here, Cancers? Because ultimately, you're wanting to get to the other side of that bridge, right? There's a bridge there. You're wanting to get to the other side of it, but you've not initiated anything yet. It's almost as if at the moment you're keeping quiet about something that you're needing to share, and you're needing to share it with your community. And you're like that, do I do it or do I just remain quiet? What's this wisdom? And for some of you guys, it could be to do with a spiritual community. What's this wisdom? Oh, a little bit of awkward energy coming through. What's this wisdom? Okay. The Six of Cups and Temperance. There's harmony here, right? There's healing. There is also a message of divine timing. And I feel like you're being told, Cancers, the time is now for you to cross this particular bridge, or for you to get more involved with your community. Again, may or may not be a spiritual community. But there's a message here about you coming out of your shell a lot more. Okay, and then you've got this Six of Cups. That can be past energy. It's sometimes very, very nostalgic, but I'm not feeling that nostalgia per se for your particular energy, right? I feel that this is like childhood experiences here that you're needing to share with others. Because that can potentially be very, very healing, not just for those who are going to hear what it is that you have to say, but it potentially can be very healing for you also, right? It's not trauma dumping, because it's wisdom, right? It's very, very different from someone who's trauma dumping on a mass scale, right? It's so, so different. Because this is you sharing your wisdom here, and you're being told the time for you to do this, Cancers, is now. You can no longer sit on this. You can no longer be quiet, right? Okay. So why is this happening? The line leadership is happening because you need to take the leadership role. It's happening because you need to be in the spotlight. Your stories, your experiences of the past, your wisdom, it needs to be out there. Okay? So I am speaking to a collective of Cancerians here who are natural healers, right? Whether it's got a spiritual spin on it or not, again, that's going to be different for every single Cancerian, but you're needing to take the spotlight, take the leadership role. Can you tell us more about this for Cancers, please? And that does require a lot of confidence. Okay, Cancers, a lot. I'm not going to lie. Putting yourself out there for everybody to basically judge, it is a really difficult thing to do, right? But you do need to overcome, right? You need to overcome your fears so that you can take this leadership role and start putting yourself out there. You've got the Ace of Wands here, which is that fire, the passion, the enthusiasm, the strength of character that you can bring to the public, to your public, right? This is showing, I mean, Ace of Wands is a lot like the Magician's Wand, right? Page of Pentacles, excuse me, not the Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so that's solid energy. That's very pragmatic, which tells me that you've been sitting on this for a while. You've been debating this for a while. Two of Swords. It's like you've not done anything yet with these ambitions of yours. I mean, for some of you guys, this could be about writing a book, or do you know what I mean? Because again, it's about your wisdom, your knowledge, your own personal experience here. Is something to do with your own personal experience that is very likely going to be very helpful and beneficial for other people. There's something else with this Knight of Pentacles. If you give me a minute, I'm just going to get another deck out on that Knight of Pentacles. It's like it wants to speak to me, but at the moment nothing's coming out. And that could also be a metaphor for your own energy here, Cancers. It's like you've got a lot to speak out on, and you've just not, do you know what I mean? Like you've not done it yet. And you're supposed to be. You've got so much to say. You've got so much to share. Yeah, 8 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. But every time you're about to do it, it's like you back out. You back out. Like almost immediately, almost straight away. Yeah, see 6 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so there's a lot of self-doubt here that's going on. And that's why you're remaining silent right now. Okay. So there's a question of confidence. It could also be self-esteem. Someone's also saying, I just don't think that people are going to find me that interesting, or they might not find what I have to say very interesting. But Cancers, listen, you have to let other people be the judge of that, okay? You can't be the judge of that on behalf of others, right? The only way to find out, and trust me on this, the only way to find out is to put yourself out there, put your story out there, get out there what you need to, right? And let other people be the judge of as to whether or not what you have to say is interesting, okay? You cannot make that decision for other people. Basically, that's what you're being told here with this energy, right? You cannot make that decision for others. And also with that 9 of Pentacles, I'm under the impression here, Cancers, that actually you'd be surprised, yeah, because you do receive a warm and positive reception, okay? So yeah, I'm under the impression here, Cancers, that your loud inner critic is being a right asshole at the moment, to be honest with you, okay? Okay, so what's going on in your blind spot? Let's take a look. The Owl and Seer, yeah, I knew it. Like, some of you guys are basically fucking psychic here, okay? You've got like spiritual community in your blind spot is the Seer. Yeah, Cancers, like really, you don't even see how talented you actually are, right? Because that's in your blind spot. Okay, tell us more about Cancer's blind spot, please. It's like some of you guys don't believe that you're skilled enough or talented enough, and that's just absolute bullshit, right? And that's why I keep sighing, because that's my own frustration coming out. It's like, look, the energy is telling me, Cancers, you guys are supposed to be out there doing something important for the community to help heal the community, right? Get your skills and your talents out there. And a lot of you are sitting there going, but I'm not skilled, I'm not talented, and it's so frustrating. That's why I keep sighing, because honestly, we need, listen, we need more genuine people out there in the spiritual community, right? Because I can tell you, it is so utterly and absolutely fucking frustrating trying to work within this community that honestly, there are more frauds than there are real ones, right? We need more real ones out there. We definitely do, because there's too many of the ones who are doing it for like the fame, the riches, the attention. Do you know what I mean? And you're gonna know them, because like you would have seen them, you would have ran into them, you would have come across their readings that absolutely would have pissed you off, right? To the point where you're like that. Yeah, do you know what? I need to get on board, and I need to start contributing to the community in more of a positive way, because there are too many out there who are contributing to the community. They're giving the community a bad name. Do you know what I mean? They're tarring, right? They're tarring the rest of us with their shitty ass brush. Do you know what I mean? We need more genuine people out here in the spiritual community. We do. Like, we're desperate for it. Okay? We are. We're absolutely desperate for it, because there are too many egomaniacs at the moment who are taking centre stage of everything, and it's shite. It's just full of shite. It's full of bullshit, right? That's why I keep sighing when I'm trying to read through your energy, Cancers, because bless your fucking hearts, you're sitting there going, but I'm not skilled. I'm not. Like, that's exactly why we need more people like you guys out here with us, right? Because you're not one of these attention-seeking mofos that... Do you get what I'm trying to say? You're one of the real ones, right? You are one of the real ones. Now, if I recall correctly, Leo, just a couple of weeks ago, had a really similar message that came out in their reading as well, right? And it's quite amazing to me, the fact that you've basically got a Leo card out here as well. So you could be like a Cancerian Leo cusper, right? Or you just resonate with the Leo energy because you've got a strong Leo placement someplace else in your chart. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that Leo energy, that's going to resonate with you right now. Get yourself out there, please. Like, because there's Okay, I'll find my words. More recently, I've seen coming out of the reads, there's been like a spiritual roll calls for certain individuals to step up. Okay, I've seen it multiple times in Scorpio's reads. I've seen it more recently in Leo's read, and now we're getting it in your read as well, Cancers. So there is like a spiritual roll call for those who are genuinely caring for other people, who are genuinely wanting to help heal the collective, if you will, right? To step forward and to please do it now, okay? Because we have got to get the egomaniacs off the stage. Like, we have to. Because they've just been taken over now for far too long. And it's not right. It's not right, because they're causing far more damage to people than what they are doing good. Okay? This is a roll call. I'm telling you, this is a roll call. You've got the Chariot, which is your major arcana, and the Wheel of Fortune. There it is. And it's in your blind spot. You're being called up, Cancers. Okay? You're being called up. Fate, fortune, destiny, karma. Things moving in the right direction. Things taking off quickly for you. Okay, and remember what we're clarifying here. The owl and seer. Okay. Like I said, people eventually will gravitate towards those who are genuine. Okay? Because trust me, the shine on the fraudsters, it soon buffs off. Okay? It soon buffs off. And then who do you suppose that people are going to turn to when these other people are exposed? Who do you suppose they're going to turn to? The real ones, right? Now, in your blind spot is your major arcana and the Wheel of Fortune. I cannot emphasize enough. You have to get this started now, Cancers, okay? It's part of your destiny to use your divinely given skills and talents, right? And if you're already doing that, and you're like, yeah, I've been doing that the past few years, whatever, then this is indicating for you to keep going, right? And if the message for you is to keep going with what you're already doing, that would indicate to me that at some point you had a thought in your head about backing out, about quitting. Probably through frustrations. The same frustrations that I've just gone through with you, right? So then your message would be to stay on this ship and to help steering it, okay? Yeah, look, what's working out for you? I know you can't see that properly because it's off camera. Phoenix and right. Yeah. Rebirth energy for what's working for you. It's time. It's time for that intense rebirth. It's time for you to rise. Okay. Can you tell us more? Oh, look. And the world. Now this one's illustrated with an egg. So you know the legend of the phoenix and the egg, right? The phoenix lays the egg, and then the phoenix gets burnt to ash, right? And then its hatchling can pop out the egg. It's that symbiotic energy again is coming through, super, super strong. There is a very strong purpose behind why you have been experiencing everything that you have experienced in your past. It could also be in your recent past, okay? For the vast majority of you, it's going to be just like your life story in general has been really, really weird, really, really bizarre. And again, there are valid reasons behind why that would have been. Now you had a whole bunch of other cards here as well, like 9 of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, for what's working for you, yeah, finding joy in what it is that you're doing, okay? Keeping your standards high as well. Not falling into this trap of, well, if you can't beat them, join them, right? Keep your standards high, keep your quality of work high, okay? And of course, finding joy in your experiences as well, finding joy in your work. Approaching your work with, I'm doing this because I want to. Like, I genuinely want to do this, okay? And then you will find that recognition will quickly follow, okay? How is this likely going to play out? Orca and records, so that's like ancient knowledge, ancient wisdom, Akashic records, right? That sort of thing, because it's all ancient spiritual knowledge and wisdom. Record keeper. Let's take a closer look. Yeah, the King of Wands. I keep getting a lot of spiritual energy for your reading, Cancers. Like an overwhelming amount almost of spiritual energies. Okay, so that King of Wands, very action orientated. I feel like you've been I don't want to make it sound too much like you don't have control over your own destiny, right? Because you do. You can steer your own destiny. In fact, it's encouraged that you steer your own destiny. I hate to sound so cliche, but honestly, it's showing me, look, you've got a job to do, Okay, because King of Wands energy, man or woman, doesn't matter. It's very action orientated. It's very, very creative, very inspiring, and super, super, super charismatic as well. And it's to clarify records, record keepers. Someone's like a record keeper of some type. Ten of Swords reversed, which is interesting. You got the King of Cups, the Moon, and Justice. Yeah. How is likely going to play out? It's like fulfilling your destiny type thing. I don't like saying that sort of thing because, I don't know, it just, for me personally, it just doesn't sit right. Okay, but I think that's just because I'm so rebellious. I don't know. It just, look, Ten of Swords reversed. Right. There's something isn't over. Something isn't finished. It's incomplete. Okay. That there's something that is not yet complete. If you get my meaning. So it's you doubling down and fulfilling what you're supposed to be fulfilling. Okay, because don't make me say it again. I don't want to say it again. Okay. So basically, what you see going on with this energy, and again, I can only apologize for anyone who feels like this is like a bit too woo, right? Bear in mind, I cannot control what comes out of the reading. I have to give it as I receive it, okay? With this combination here, these 6 cards, it's saying that you're being encouraged to go deeper into your subconscious with this moon and explore, again, a bit woo, explore your past lives, okay? Because you've got Justice here as well with the moon. If you're not one who subscribes to past lives records, then consider the patterns within this lifetime, right? Any sort of unhealthy patterns that's been going on deep within your subconscious, right? Any vows, any commitments, any agreements that are possibly affecting your current states of health, of happiness, of healing, anything that's holding you back, any horrible patterns that might be there, then it's time for you to break those patterns, okay? Because anything that's not helpful to you right now, okay? It is going to take you on a bit of a journey because remember, records. So it's not just like past life energy, but it's shit that's happened in your past, in this lifetime as well, okay? You're being encouraged to explore all of that and break and change any unhealthy repeating patterns that keep you stuck, okay? Because here's the thing as well. I'm feeling with this one that there are certain things that you have agreed to or have been agreeing to, possibly more recently, should we say, that have not been serving your best and highest interest, okay? So it's time to acknowledge those things now so that you can start rewriting the next chapter of your life, okay? So hopefully I've explained that as clearly as possible. Yeah, 2 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. A partnership. There's a union here. It could also be union with beyond the veil, the divine, the universe itself. It could be union with another person. Okay, are there any unhealthy attachments here to someone on the physical realm that you're needing to break? Anything like that, okay? There's definitely a clearing of the energy that's taking place, so that you can take your rightful place for whatever that leadership role is getting at specifically for you. Okay, basically you're not going to be able to do it if you're cluttered, if you're mentally cluttered, if you're emotionally cluttered, okay, especially if you're emotionally drained as well, which some of you guys might be. You need to be on full form, basically. And they're saying that actually connections with others through this process, connections that you have with others will start to deepen, okay? Again, it's just like part of the natural process of this particular stage of evolution here that you're currently on, okay? And yes, it is part of a soul contract. It's part of a soul, it's part of an agreement that you made, basically, like if you like records and Justice of the Moon, it's part of an agreement that you made before you incarnated here into this physical thing, okay? I am super cautious of giving messages like that because, again, you need to bear in mind, I'm just another person, okay? I have my own life experiences and I have my own beliefs and I have my own opinions, and as far as like personally for me, and like I could be wrong, opinions can be wrong. Opinions are wrong frequently. In my personal opinion, I don't subscribe to the belief that we promise the divine this, that, and the next before we're incarnated here, right? But that's my own personal thing, okay? It doesn't stop me from giving the messages as I see them, though. Do you know what I mean? Just because it goes against my own personal things, right? It is what it is. I've got a job to do. When all's said and done, I've got a job to do. And that is to give the message as I see it. And you guys are smart. You guys are fucking clever. You can see that for yourself, right? If I tried to sit here and bullshit this and say, oh, no, it's not that, it's something else entirely, you're going to know. You're going to know. Because you'll be able to see through that. I have to give the message as I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it as that, right? So, there we go. You fulfilling your soul contract with the divine, whatever that might have been. And that's literally exactly what's going on for you guys. And I don't feel that it's just for this week either. I really don't. I feel over the next coming weeks, the pull that you feel towards doing this is going to get stronger and stronger and stronger until it gets to the point where forces unseen, should we call it, are going to bug you so hard with the synchronicities and that pull for you to do this, that you're not going to be able to ignore it. You're not going to be able to ignore it. Okay, can we have a healing message for Cancers, please? Oh, which one? Okay, there's two. It's that one and that one. Right. It's the first one. Butterfly. Of course it is. Of course it's butterfly. This one says twin jet and change. Yeah. Where's my book gone? Where is it? What number's that? 35. Right, butterfly, twin jet. Change is universal. We all pass through stages and cycles. To think you will always be happy or always be sad or any other emotion is impossible. Transformation can be difficult or even painful, so plan for change, be strategic about how you wish to change, and self-awareness is often necessary for long-term change. So they're saying here, try not to think in terms of absolutes. Okay, that's what they mean when they're saying you know, to think that you will always be happy, or to think that you'll always be sad, that, right, there's not going to be any room for that kind of thinking, because change is inevitable, right? And then it goes on to say, in many world cultures, the butterfly has been a symbol of change and transformation. We note the beauty of the end result of an often messy process involving eggs, caterpillars, cocoons, and dangerous predators. We see reflected that change can be messy, and change can sometimes not look like we think, and yet, if it is what we want, then it can be profoundly creative and beautiful. Yeah, so again, it's like how they're describing that process for the caterpillar. Like, there's nothing gentle and soft about the process it has to go through when it becomes that mush, right? When it's in that mush stage, it's not even resembling anything living anymore. Okay, it's neither the caterpillar nor the butterfly. It just doesn't even look like it's alive anymore, right? It's completely unrecognizable, right? So use that as a powerful metaphor for everything that you have been through up until this point in your life, because you are entering into, again, it sounds cheesy, I'm sorry. Listen, I've got to give the message, okay? You're coming into that butterfly era now, okay, where things are certainly getting better. They are certainly getting easier. And I guess it kind of puts into perspective everything that you've been through. Do you know what I mean? And then your words of power for this one is, I welcome and ride the cycles of change. Okay? And then you've got number 2. Where is this one? Number 2. And this one says Taurus and sisterhood. Support other women. This is a time to stick together, right? So if you are watching this and you are a woman, then it's time for you to support other women. Change must be made in society to curb gender inequality. The feminine divine is calling you, right? So if you're a man, then this is asking for you to get in touch with your inner divine feminine energies, because mind, we've all got inner feminine and masculine energies, okay? The yin, the yang, right? The positive, the negative, yada yada. You guys know how it works, right? The polarizations. There is a woman or women in your life that are a catalyst for you to change for the better, or for you to become more successful. Women can be independent and powerful, so show loyalty to those who show it to you. So yeah, that's putting emphasis on the feminine polarization, okay? Which is more to do with, if you think of it in terms of the state of being rather than the state of doing. Okay, so the masculine is the state of doing, the feminine is the state of being. So if it makes it any easier or more digestible to think of it in terms of that, then use that instead. Okay, and then your words of power with this one, I don't read it all out because these books, I mean, the cards, the decks are absolutely beautiful, the messages are phenomenal, right? But they tend to pack it out with a lot of bullshit that is really unnecessary. So just in case anyone's wondering why I'm only reading like a tiny wee section of that, because that's the meaning of the card section, and then it goes on to other random crap, right? Words of power. I give you guys the important stuff. Words of power. I support the feminine, the other half that holds up the sky. Okay? So, really interesting messages coming through. I know quite loaded messages as well. I wasn't expecting that, but then I don't go into tarot readings with any kind of set expectations either, because then I wouldn't be doing my job properly if I was. Think about it. Right, so let's try and uplift this energy. There is swearing in this deck, okay? It's literally called the Swear Tarot. So if you're sensitive, just stick something in your ears so you don't have to listen. Okay, strength, confidence. Develop inner strength and don't put up with any bullshit. Yep. Oh yes. And the King of Cups. Reach out to a kind weirdo for some unexpected fun. And at the bottom of the deck is the World, gratitude, woo fucking who, success and positive changes are coming. Yep, beautiful. So yeah, you have been through an intense process, Cancers. You're coming out the other side of it now, okay? Apparently you guys have got a job to do. So yeah. There we have it. That is your message for today, Cancers. For personal readings with me, my website is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that is in my description box below. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.